Hello internet, I haven't done a Babymetal reaction video for I don't know how long, but it's been a long time. And I thought, you know what, let's do something a little bit different instead of reacting to one of their tunes, because I've heard everything that they've ever done. So why not try and learn something and educate myself about one of the greatest bands on the planet and watch a documentary. So this is going to be a long one. It's about 22 minutes long or something like that. It's from Breakdown Media. So make sure you go to his page and subscribe to his channel and watch this video in isolation on your Larry and without me inevitably disturbing it and talking all over it and pausing it in places, because that's what's going to happen because it's a reaction video. So yeah, kick up your feet, grab yourself a drink and a snack, and pretend like we're sitting on a chair together watching this for the first time. Let's do the reaction thing. So this is called Babymetal Broke Every Rule and Won the Full Story.
Babymetal is a one-of-a-kind phenomenon, a trio of Japanese girls fusing heavy metal with catchy J-pop idol music. When they first appeared, the concept seemed bizarre. 3 teenage idols singing and dancing in frilly outfits over filthy metal riffs. Yet, this unlikely blend triggered curiosity worldwide. Fans and skeptics alike clicked on their videos. Was this a joke or something genuinely new to the scene? The sheer novelty of Babymetal, metal music performed with choreographed kawaii charm, instantly caught the attention of fans. What began as viral curiosity evolved into a global fanbase. By blending pop melodies and idol choreography, with thrashing guitars and double kick drums, Babymetal pioneered a new subgenre dubbed kawaii metal. More than a gimmick, they showed that metal can be playful and still go hard. The trio's almost infectious energy won over both J-pop fans and die-hard metal fans. A fan crossover that you'd never expect to see. And while this extremely talented trio deserve a ton of credit, their story goes much deeper, with many different moving parts working together to achieve global success. This is the rise of Babymetal.
Just burst my bloody eardrums, but to anyone new to the channel out there, I was a Babymetal skeptic until about summer of 2024 when I first reacted to them. I think it was Headbanger, and I've been a huge fan of them ever since. I saw them at the O2 Arena in London with 20,000 other people last year, and it was without a doubt one of the greatest live performances I've ever seen. They are amazing, and if you ever get the chance to see them live, then you definitely should. On with the documentary.
Babymetal formed in 2010 as a subunit of a Japanese idol group, Sakura Gakuin, I think. The original lineup was Su-Metal, the lead vocalist, and 2 younger backup singers and dancers, Yui Metal and Moa Metal. None of these girls actually had a metal background. They were school kids trained in J-pop. The concept came from producer Koba Metal, who envisioned fusing idol pop with heavy metal, essentially the birth of a new metal, hence the name Babymetal. He introduced the trio to metal music and imagery, teaching them to headbang, throw the kitsune hand sign, and embrace a quirky lore about the fox god, a mythical deity said to guide the band's destiny. I wonder where we've seen something similar recently. Their first indie song, released in 2011, titled Doki Doki Morning, starts like a sugary pop tune, then suddenly erupts into crunchy guitars and screams. By 2013, they had major label singles like I'm Gonna Try This, but Ije Daumi Zatai, which means no more bullying, a track that paired positive, teen-friendly lyrics with almost like a thrash metal intensity. On stage, the trio performed tight choreography like a pop act, except they were headbanging in time with a masked heavy metal backing band, known as the Kami Band for their godlike playing. Honestly, thinking back to when I first saw a Babymetal music video, I'd say this was the thing that I noticed the most. Everything seemed to be done to a level of perfection, nothing less. They also...
And that's what originally sort of put me off of them when they hit the scene all those many years ago. You just genuinely thought it was just an act and just some marketing scheme, and it was never going to last. And how wrong was I?
Adopted fox god lore, in which they claim their music is bestowed by the fox god, adding a fun mystique to their identity. Initial reception in Japan was mixed, to say the least. J-pop idol fans found the hard guitars novel, while some metal fans in Japan were amused or curious about these headbanging schoolgirls. In 2012 to 2013, Babymetal played support slots at idol concerts and small solo shows. The novelty eventually drew attention. I mean, 3 teenage girls headbanging to metal songs in tutus isn't exactly something that you see every day. The members themselves were initially bewildered. I mean, just for reference, Yui and Moa once admitted that they thought mosh pits meant a type of stew, but they embraced the challenge wholeheartedly. By 2013, Babymetal had a growing niche in Japan, with a few early viral videos setting the stage for bigger things to come. Fast forward to 2014, and this was the year that Babymetal really exploded onto the global scene. In February, they released their self-titled debut album, Babymetal, packed with a unique blend of genres. Around the same time, a live video for the single Gimme Chocolate was uploaded to YouTube, and it went viral worldwide, racking up millions of views within weeks. The music video was a perfect what the fuck moment. Viewers saw 3 pint-sized Japanese girls chirping chocolate in high-pitched voices over a metal track. Foreign metal fans, pop fans, and the genuinely curious all shared the video, and Babymetal became a trending topic on sites like Reddit and Facebook. This viral moment led to international media coverage, hailing them as pioneers of kawaii metal. It was clear that YouTube had unlocked a wide audience way past Japan's shores. Riding this momentum, Babymetal's team quickly organised the group's first world tour in 2014, and the real test came in July at England's Sonisphere Festival in 2014.
A lot of you that are subscribers to my channel know that I was there in 2014 at Sonisphere. However, I did not see Babymetal. It kills me to this day that I didn't watch them on their first ever UK performance. I was young and I was stupid, clearly, but I've got no excuses. I was an idiot.
Which was their UK debut and first ever Western festival. Ahead of time, some metal purists were skeptical and even hostile about Babymetal performing at Sonisphere. There were many grumbles in the online forums. Would these J-pop kids be booed off stage by an Iron Maiden loving crowd? And the band members were nervous too. They were playing the huge Apollo main stage at noon, far from home. And
they don't want piss thrown at them as well, which is something, I don't know if it's the same in like loads of other countries, and if you get a really, really awful band on the bill, people throw piss at them. I don't know. Does it happen in other countries? We definitely do it in the UK. I remember being at Reading Festival in 2000, 2001, and Daphne and Celeste were on stage, and they got caked in urine.
They didn't back down. The trio stepped out in front of thousands of hardcore metal fans and delivered an absolutely insane set. The result was nothing short of unreal. As one Metal Hammer review noted, over 90% of the crowd had never seen them live before, and the crowd loved it. Mosh pits opened up, horns were thrown in the air,
Beautiful
and not one bottle of piss was angrily hurled. I mean, even the big dudes in Slayer shirts were headbanging and moshing along to Babymetal's 30-minute set by the end of it. In that single afternoon, Babymetal silenced the skeptics. They proved they could win over diehard metalheads through sheer talent and genuinely having a good time. Around the same period, Babymetal showed their versatility by joining Lady Gaga's US tour as a special guest. Pop superstar Lady Gaga personally invited Babymetal to open for 5 shows on her Art Pop Ball tour in summer 2014.
That's mental.
And Babymetal were big in their own right, but Lady Gaga in 2014 was off the scale. And once again, it took balls for the girls to take such a risk. I mean, just think about it. At Gaga's arena concerts in America, Babymetal were essentially playing to a girly pop crowd whose musical palettes couldn't be any further away from metal music.
Wonder how many potential fans got turned on to Babymetal that were just originally there to see Lady Gaga, and if they're still fans to this day, how many kids they potentially inspired to get into metal or start bands or do metal things, do good metal things, to quote Nick Nocturnal.
Then on comes to stage the 3 headbanging Japanese teens, and by the end of Babymetal's set, even Gaga's fans were jumping and singing along to the likes of Megitsune and Gimme Chocolate. This gig with Gaga highlighted Babymetal's genre crossover appeal. They fit in at a metal festival one week and on a pop megastars tour the next. By the end of 2014, Babymetal had gone truly international. No longer were they just a viral sensation, they were a legitimate international touring act. Following the previous year's success, Babymetal spent most of 2015 touring Europe, Asia and North America, selling out mid-sized venues and racking up a very diverse fanbase along the way. Their concerts were a complete mix of subcultures. It felt less like a novelty and more like a genuine movement uniting people through music that was both fun and heavy.
Yeah, that's something I would definitely agree with. I noticed it when me and my mate Gal were at the show last year. Just the variety of people there, and all different ages and races and sexes. It was just anyone and everyone was there. It was just wonderful to see. And during the gig, it just felt like one huge party. It was just, I said it earlier, it's one of the best live shows I've ever seen. And I genuinely mean that. I've been to a lot of gigs over the years. I'm an old dude. I'm 43 years old. But they are hands down one of the best live bands on the planet.
In April 2016, Babymetal released their second album, Metal Resistance, and immediately hit a new milestone. They were invited to headline London's Wembley Arena, making Babymetal the first Japanese act in history to ever headline that famous arena. The doubters were still vocal though, with some even wondering, can they really fill a 12,000 capacity arena in the UK? Well, they did. Wembley sold out for Babymetal's show on April 2nd, 2016, and the concert not only drew 12,000 fans from across the globe, it also set a record for the venue's highest ever merchandise sales, with the band selling more t-shirts in one night than any artist ever before, showing just how committed their fans had become. And the show itself was a spectacle to say the least. A 5-star review in The Guardian praised it in their biggest UK show to date. Babymetal proved they're no gimmick, but a metal phenomenon on a mission. The production was insane. Su Metal, Moa Metal, and Yui Metal had grown more confident and powerful as performers. The Wembley success basically announced that Babymetal had fully arrived as a major act in the rock scene.
I think that even now, Babymetal hold the UK very close to their heart, because I say we because I'm from the UK, we were sort of the first country outside of Japan to take them to our hearts, and playing to 60,000 people at Sonosphere in 2014, and then selling out Wembley Arena, another 12,000 capacity venue, is just insane. And then going up a level last year and doing 20,000 at the O2. I just think it's a matter of time before they headline the likes of Download. Yeah, there's only really Download we have in the UK now of that magnitude. I can see them headlining it at some point in the future.
Babymetal also started earning respect from heavy metal's elite. A defining moment of validation came in July 2016, when Judas Priest legend Rob Halford, the metal god himself, joined Babymetal on stage in the US. This happened at the Alternative Press Music Awards in 2016 to perform Priest classics Painkiller and Breaking the Law. Afterwards, Halford was full of praise. He said he was delighted to have been invited to headbang along with Babymetal, and later in interviews, he called Babymetal one of the most unique metal experiences in the world. And when a veteran like Halford gives you the metal god seal of approval, the rest of the metal community takes notice. Babymetal graced magazine covers, Metal Hammer magazine even put them on the cover, with them being the first Asian band to do so in ages, and won many industry accolades. In fact, Metal Hammer readers voted Babymetal's debut album as the best album of the 21st century so far in a 2016 poll, a result that surprised many, but underscored how Babymetal had won over mainstream metal fans. And 2016 continued with more record setting. In September, Babymetal capped off their world tour by playing 2 nights at the Tokyo Dome, the massive stadium in Japan. Over 110,000 people attended across the 2 shows. And just to put into perspective how insane of a feat this was, Su Metal was only 18 at the time of these performances. Su Metal later said that she was so overwhelmed seeing the dome filled with the light of thousands of fans' glow sticks that she was momentarily speechless. These shows, titled Red Night and Black Night, sold out in minutes and proved Babymetal were superstars at home as well. Around this same time, they kept breaking into new territory by supporting Western metal legends on tour. Metallica invited Babymetal as an opening act in Seoul in early 2017, and Guns N' Roses had Babymetal as guests on their Japan tour in January 2017.
2 of my favourite bands like ever, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, and they fucking supported them.
Even the Red Hot Chili Peppers had Babymetal open for them on an entire UK arena tour in late 2016. And at one of the UK shows, drummer Chad Smith, disguised in Babymetal's corpse paint makeup, snuck on stage to join Babymetal's band for a surprise drum solo.
Wow.
Chad even helped lead the arena to sing Happy Birthday to Sue Metal, who had just turned 19 that day.
Oh, that's
all while
lovely.
presenting her with a cake, a heartwarming moment between Babymetal and the rock veterans. All these milestones from 2015 to 2016 cemented Babymetal's rise. They weren't just an internet curiosity anymore. They were now a respected act sharing stages and songs with the very heroes of metal and rock.
And this is it. There were so many people that were just like, no, I'm a metal guy. I can't listen to this. Look at them, this three school kids dancing on stage to a backing band. But when you get the likes of Judas Priest, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Red Hot Chili Peppers, all giving their seal of approval, it's okay, metalheads. You can like this band. You don't have to be ashamed about it. And I wasn't ashamed about it. I just never really gave them a listen many years ago because I just thought it was a fad or something. But trust me, if anyone out there has not listened to this band before and you're just a little bit curious, just go back to their debut album, listen to it, and you can thank me later.
Every journey has rough patches, and for Babymetal, the years 2017 and 2018 brought some serious challenges. After several years of non-stop touring, the group faced unexpected hardships that tested their resilience. The first blow came with a tragedy in the Kami band, which were Babymetal's backing musicians. In early 2018, lead guitarist Mikio, nicknamed Kogami, aka the Little God by fans for his short stature and cuddly talent, unfortunately passed away after an accidental fall. Mikio had been with Babymetal since the early days, shredding solos behind the girls at live shows. His death at only 36 was an absolute shock to the Babymetal family. The band posted a heartfelt tribute, saying the little guitar god has gone to heaven. Fans worldwide mourned. Mikio's technical ability on the guitar had contributed to Babymetal gaining authentic respect from the metal community. This loss cast a shadow over the band as 2018 began, reminding everyone that behind the fun concept were real people facing real tragedies. At the same time, Yui Metal was notably absent from performances due to health issues. In late 2017, Yui had missed some shows, with management citing an unspecified illness. Throughout 2018, whenever Babymetal performed, only Sue Metal and Moa Metal took the stage. Yui's spot was completely empty, leading to concern and rumours among fans. Months went by with no clear update on her condition. Finally, in October 2018, Babymetal's team released an official announcement. Yui Metal had decided to leave Babymetal permanently. In a personal statement, Yui explained that she had hoped to recover and rejoin, but her health was still not back to full strength. She also revealed another reason. She wished to pursue a solo career as Mizuno Yui, her real name, once she was well enough. This letter was full of apologies for the inconvenience of a long absence and gratitude for 8 wonderful years with the group. Yui's departure was a pivotal, emotional moment in Babymetal's story. This was one of the original trio, a beloved member whose bright smile and dynamic personality had been central to Babymetal's image. Many fans were heartbroken, worried if the band would continue without her. For a while, Babymetal continued as Sue Metal and Moa Metal, which fans could notice felt visibly different. To fill the gap on stage, the band introduced temporary backup dancers dubbed the Avengers in 2018 and 2019. These rotating performers, 3 chosen from auditions, would appear alongside Sue and Moa in Yui's place, but notably, they did not sing Yui's lines. Sue Metal covered most vocals and Moa Metal took on more parts too. It was a creative solution to keep the live show visually a trio, but it was clear that no one could truly replace Yui Metal in fans' hearts. During this period, Babymetal also faced fan criticism from a perceived shift to a darker, less cutesy presentation.
Fans, I understand fans getting upset when bands maybe deviate from the sound that made them popular, so to speak. But as artists, and not just the 3 girls, but the backing band as well, they want to try new things and go in different directions. You can't just keep regurgitating the same thing over and over again, because you're not... It's just going to become stale and repetitive and they'd be classified as one-trick ponies. So it does always frustrate me when bands take a slightly different direction. There's a backlash. I just find it really petty. I sort of applaud bands that are willing to spice things up a little bit.
Most notably with their 2018 tour. which had a new narrative about being sealed in the Babymetal matrix and featured a more ominous tone. Some wondered if Babymetal would ever be the same. The band responded by dedicating a new song, Starlight, to the departed Yui and also possibly to Mikio, with its lyrics and video implying a rebirth after loss. Through late 2018, Babymetal essentially said the show will go on. Sue Metal, now in her 20s, stepped up as an even more commanding frontwoman, and Moa Metal became the emotional bridge with the crowd, waving the flag for the fans. Yui's exit, while difficult, became part of Babymetal's narrative of perseverance. They honoured her contributions and made clear that Babymetal as a concept was bigger than any one member. Surviving this low point set the stage for Babymetal's next evolution. Despite the challenges, Babymetal entered a new chapter from 2019 onwards, evolving their sound and even their lineup. The first big step of this new era was the release of their third album, Metal Galaxy, in October 2019.
Probably my least favourite record.
Was spot on. It was like a journey across a metal galaxy, featuring songs influenced by different regions and styles all around the world. Metal Galaxy included multiple guest artist collaborations, signalling Babymetal's desire to mix their style with other metal talents. For example, Joe Keem of Swedish power metal band Sabaton provided guest vocals on the fun folk metal stomp O Magi. Alyssa, the Canadian vocalist of Arch Enemy, lent her demon growls to a special version of the track Distortion, and they even mixed in some rap, with Thai rapper F-Hero featuring on the high-energy single Papaya. These diverse collabs showed Babymetal expanding their diverse network into the rock and metal world. Metal Galaxy was an immediate hit, both commercially and within the fanbase. The band toured non-stop, that is until the COVID pandemic hit in 2020, and reached some personal milestones. In 2019, they played Glastonbury Festival in the UK, a famous mega festival that really features Japanese acts.
There's so much I don't know, clearly.
Were the first Asian act ever to headline the festival's Avalon stage. That summer, they also became the first Japanese act to headline the Forum in Los Angeles, playing an arena show in the US to thousands of fans. The fans also adapted. With Yui gone, fans rallied around Sue Metal and Moa Metal, respecting the band's decision to continue and welcoming the rotating Avengers on stage.
The fans that Babymetal have that have stuck from sort of like the early period up until now are or have got to be some of the most loyal fans in the world, and yeah, that's all I've got to say on that. That's a really enlightening statement, wasn't it?
One friendship that particularly blossomed in this era was between Babymetal and one of my all-time favourite bands, Bring Me the Horizon. Bring Me had taken notice of Babymetal's rise early on. They even watched Babymetal's set at Sonisphere 2014 from the side stage, with Ollie Sykes even being spotted performing wearing the iconic Babymetal merch. Over the years, members of Bring Me the Horizon expressed admiration for Babymetal's showmanship and genre blending, something that they know a thing or two about themselves. In 2019, this mutual respect led to a role reversal. Bring Me opened for Babymetal at a pair of huge arena shows in Japan, which was a surprise in itself, since usually Japanese bands support Western headliners, not vice versa. And the two bands struck up a friendship backstage. Ollie even went on to say that they had a really special connection with Babymetal, even though they didn't speak the same language, and that whenever they'd meet at festivals, just seeing them makes you really happy. In 2020, this friendship finally produced a collab that's so iconic that even the fucking intro is still sung by fans on tour to this day. Bring Me invited Babymetal to be featured on a track called Kingslayer for their Post-Human Survival horror EP. The song, released in late 2020, is a frantic cyberpunk metalcore anthem where Sue Metal's Japanese vocals trade off with Ollie Sykes' screams. The band even intentionally asked Babymetal to sing in Japanese on Kingslayer to keep it authentic. Ex-keyboardist Jordan Fish said that once Babymetal agreed to collaborate, the band was over the fucking moon. If we pull this off and Babymetal are on it, this song's gonna be so fucking sick. And spoiler alert, it was absolutely so fucking sick. This collab exposed Babymetal to Bring Me's broad audience and vice versa, proving that Babymetal could hang with the contemporary metalcore mainstream. Babymetal didn't stop at just one collaboration though. By the mid-2020s, they were actively teaming up with artists across the rock and metal spectrum. In 2023, they released a high-energy single called Ratatata,
which was the song of the summer of last year. Banging tune, banging tune. Just want to touch upon sort of like their collaborations and stuff like that. I mentioned a few times, my favourite album of theirs is their debut album, where there isn't a single collaboration on there. And even on their last record, which I think it's good, I think the best songs on the album are the non-collaborative efforts. And I think I've said this in previous reactions that I've done. I really want them to just do a full original Babymetal album without any guest appearances and stuff, because I love that stuff. I really, really do. Well, they seem to be going in a direction where it's just collaborations all of the time. And I'm not against it, because the people that they collaborate with are insane. And I'm huge fans of 90% of those artists. But deep down, I really want just a normal, back to the old days Babymetal album. Hopefully that happens one day.
In partnership with German partycore band Electric Callboy, and the backstory as to what led to this collab is wholesome as fuck. Babymetal had been fans of Electric Callboy's goofy dance metal hit We Got the Moves, and wanted to create a Babymetal song that captured the same style party vibe. They struggled at first to write the perfect crowd bouncing anthem, so they simply called up Electric Callboy for advice, which quickly led to let's just write it together. And the result, Ratatata, released in May 2024. It's 3.5 minutes of stupidly catchy dance metal, pounding EDM beats fused with chugging metal guitars, with Su-metal singing interwoven with Electric Callboy shouts. The song was released as a standalone single, although it is expected to appear on Babymetal's upcoming album. It turned into one of the year's most fun metal anthems. As of right now, the music video has over 45 million views on YouTube.
And that's going to be even more now.
Even adopted Ratatata as an official theme song for a major wrestling event, Bash in Berlin 2024, and included it in the WWE 2K25 video game soundtrack. Another huge collab arrived in 2025. Babymetal teamed up with Alex Terrible, the controversial vocalist to say the least of Russian deathcore band Slaughter to Prevail, for a song bluntly titled Song 3. This track might be one of Babymetal's heaviest offerings ever. It's built on Slaughter's down-tuned, skull-crushing riffs, with Alex...
Yeah, I've mentioned that before. I personally think it is one of their heaviest tracks that they've done, and a bunch of people said no, they thought it was the collaboration with Spirit Box. I still disagree. I think this is potentially one of their heaviest tracks.
Alex Terrible delivering his signature growls, while Su-metal counters with melodic choruses. Babymetal themselves have called Song 3 one of our most forceful tracks to date. This kind of cross-release collaboration is rare and shows how Babymetal has become a nexus connecting different corners of the metal world. In fact, Babymetal's entire fourth album, titled Metal Fourth and due in August 2025, is essentially a star-studded collaboration project. The band revealed that Metal Fourth will feature guest contributions from not only Electric Callboy and Slaughter to Prevail, but also members of Polyphia, Spirit Box, Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine, Poppy, Bloodywood, and more. This approach shows Babymetal's ethos in 2025. They see metal as a big playground without borders. They can drop a brutal deathcore banger 1 minute and a bubbly pop metal tune the next.
He took the words right out of my mouth there. I was going to say that. Yeah, when you get so many current and modern artists willing and wanting to collaborate with Babymetal, it just speaks such huge volumes. Everyone wants to be connected to them because they're just fucking brilliant.
And yet, it all still feels like Babymetal. Alongside musical evolution, Babymetal also completed their lineup evolution. For 4 years after Yui Metal's exit, Su-metal and Moa Metal performed with rotating backup dancers, but fans always hoped the group would officially regain a permanent third member. In April 2023, those wishes came true. Momoko Okazaki, a longtime Avenger backup dancer, was officially promoted to join the group as Momo Metal. Fittingly, the announcement came on April 1st, which is Fox Day in Babymetal lore, at a special Yokohama arena show, where a third metal coffin prop revealed Momoko's addition. Momoko was 20 at the time and had trained under Babymetal's wing for years, so she seamlessly fit in. The band heralded this moment as the start of a reborn Babymetal, and the grind continued as they've continued to appear at major rock festivals worldwide, and in early 2025, Babymetal embarked on a tour across Europe with Poppy as a support act, topping it all off with a headlining show at London's O2 Arena. From their humble beginnings as a viral sensation in Japan to headlining arenas around the world, Babymetal...
Oh, by the way, I'm going to market myself a little bit here. If you do want to see that magical day that I had, I did a gig vlog, so I'll put a link in the description or in the comment section for that if you want to check it out. It's like 10 or 15 minutes long. It's just me and my mate going around Greenwich and London, having a few beers and something to eat, and then jumping in the mosh pit and checking out Poppy and Bambi Fug and just having a fantabulous time. So yeah, check it out if you don't mind and give it a like, and thank you very much in advance.
Metal's journey has been one hell of a ride to watch. They ignored the gatekeepers and the genre norms and proved that heavy metal can embrace cuteness and choreography without losing its soul. In doing so, Babymetal opened the door for other Japanese rock and metal acts to gain international visibility, with bands like Bandmade, Love Bites and more having found overseas audiences, often citing Babymetal as an inspiration. Within Japan, they sparked a whole kawaii metal movement, empowering young artists, especially female performers in rock and metal, to experiment beyond traditional idol or band formulas. In a traditionally conservative metal scene, Babymetal's success delivered a message. Metal is a global language. And as of 2025, the Babymetal story is still evolving. I've got a feeling we're still yet to see the best of Babymetal. So, while we're waiting, if you enjoyed this video, hopefully I've earned your subscription for the channel.
Make sure you check his video out and like it, please, and subscribe to his channel, because I thought that was brilliant and really informative. I'm not sure what else to say on that subject matter. I think that I've learnt quite a lot from today. I hope you have too. But the Japanese scene as a whole is just insane. You could spend every day for the rest of your life discovering a completely new band in that scene. It's just fantastic. And I can't remember if I got into Babymetal first before the likes of like Love Bites and Bandmade and Nemophila. I can't really recall, but it does. It just opens up a huge rabbit hole of discovery, and it's just fantastic to see. But clearly Babymetal are at the top of that tree with regards to Japanese metal, and fair play to them. The sky is the limit. I'll keep saying it. They're going to headline download at some point in the future. And yeah, when you can sell out the O2 Arena, 20,000 capacity, it speaks huge volumes for what most people would consider a bunch of kids dancing to a backing band. Well, trust me, you have not seen anything until you've witnessed this band in the flesh. They're just a joy to behold. I don't know what else I've got to say at this point. I found that really, really cool. I hope you did too. Something a little bit different instead of me reacting to music. I've clearly waffled over quite a lot of it, so I'll put a link to the original documentary in the description below so you can check that out in your own time and leisure without me spoiling it for you. But if you're still watching, as always, thank you ever so much. Look after yourself, and hopefully I will see you very soon. Bye for now, people.